What you see here is the first version of Minecraft I ever played. The Xbox 360 version, or as it is known as Minecraft Beta 1.6.6. So when I first loaded up on the 360, I just hit Start World, no seed name, no nothing. I spawned somewhere in this area facing that way. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot of ice. So I turn around and go, aha, trees. Then we break some trees and get going. So, you know, then I'm breaking wood, so on and so forth, getting tools made. And then we come through here, up this little hill. And inside this hill is a hole. And inside this hole leads down through a really cool cave system and all that. So this hole was my house for a really long time. By really long time, I mean like a few months. And then after playing, I decided to build elsewhere. Because, you know, Minecraft's a game of building, and it was simple back then. No Ender Dragon, no monuments, no cool nether stuff, no nothing. This was as basic as it got. And then as we come over here, see this floating mountain. So I think it's a really cool idea to, you know, live there. So I clear out the mountain, start building stuff in, not the mountain, the floating hill, build a tiny little basin there. I put lava on that mountain to make it look like a volcano. And then I'm only there for so long, and then I decide, hey, I don't want this anymore. So I'm up on top of that hill, and I start looking this way, and I see, ooh, green. There's finally green. Because on this world, it is almost all snow. And this is about the only green part in the whole map. And I don't want to build in snow because it's a hard life on the tundra. So I come on out over here. And I find this flat area about right here. So I hollow it out, build my house, do a moat of water and lava. Got to keep out everybody. So if you don't burst into flames, you're going to drown. And then over there, to keep it consistent, I put up fire. So obviously, nothing's here because I didn't play on the PC until very recently. So let's hop on over to the Xbox One version, which has that save. Now. Hello, here I am on the completed version on Xbox One. So in here I'd have my small little storage room. We come over here. I don't know why it's named that, I apologize, but it used to be BigSackIsBack's room. And it would be just a little hole. I don't know why. And this would be the treasury. Man, this brings back all the memories. Coming back to your first ever world. I'm surprised mine still exists. So I made this little wooden thing on top of the mountain. You come down in the hole, and then this is where I found my first cave system. So we'd come down here, keep on going. I had plans of originally building a hotel down here, which is why there's a just a random old hole down here. Danny's house. Once again, there's something in here. It's all been removed. And then in this cave system, in this very hole, is where I would find my first diamond. It was somewhere in here, but obviously it's not here anymore. That was years ago. And so now we are leaving the house. Coming out of the house, I torched up this entire area, because back in the day, mobs would just spawn unrelentlessly. And then we come over here to the Titty Lakes. Now this little building, I'm a little unsure of what it was. Back in the day, I think a friend and I were doing some sort of war of some sort. I had a base here, or someone had a base here, and then there was another one way off in the distance, but we're not going to go there. So if you ever played Minecraft back on the 360, you know the world were incredibly small. So if you've seen the background, the jungle biome, that wasn't there back in the day. So way back when, you would float up into the house with a water elevator. I know, now they actually have those. Back in the day, you just had to swim up them. This would be where I would sleep. You'd have your chest. I don't think any of these chests have anything in them. Maybe on the 360 version, but this is the one version. The world was ported over. So yeah, back in the day, you also couldn't stack fences. You had to place a block below it to place it. There's Lava Mountain, pretty cool looking. And then we come down here. And I would go through another portal, but it wouldn't take me anywhere. Fun tip, back in the day, if you wanted to know where you were, you'd build giant pillars, because there was no maps. So here it is, my house, surrounded by a lava and then a water moat. This house was inspired by the Season 2 Let's Play of Minecraft by the YouTuber known as iJevin, way back when I was in middle school. Now this cart here was for the Honor Rail achievement, and there's a hole over here for when pigs fly. That achievement was really annoying because you could not have any control of how the pigs were. Wow, look at all these holes from creepers. If you wanted to get music disc, you would set up little traps, you know, just hanging out. And then stand in a position in which a skeleton would kill a creeper. Now this would obviously be with another wart. I had this farm here. I must have Frostwalker boots on, yep. So this would be my first ever wheat farm, and over here would be the sugarcane, and then tree farms. Now over here, I think my cousin built this as a little bunker, and I just fell. So you'd have the doors in such a way where you could just kind of walk in between it. You'd come down here, and then you'd have your bunk beds. And because Minecraft worlds were so small back then, many people would just make new worlds after every update. We didn't play on this world that long, but I still kept it for some reason. So now we go up these steps. Now if you see any of these random items placed, it's because when it was brought over to the Xbox One, I used a bunch of the resources already here to build stuff. So this is kind of the second floor area I never did anything with. And then we come down here to where stuff's popping. So in here we got the exact same design. Got my bedroom. Now this is the map room. Obviously you can't do maps. It's in my inventory. Let me see if I can get it in there. Aha! There it is. So if you see this little border, that was not there. That used to be just like part of the map. So if you can see, there was very little green on the original map. Over here we still have this sign that says Nether that my friend put down. Yeah, this is about it. Obviously potions weren't around back in the day, so you'd have your furnaces, your chest. There should be a lot more in here, but like everything else in this world, has been moved. And this is the food chest, and that's about it. For some reason there's a hole here. I mean, you can't just jump across. So yeah, let's get to seeing the secret part of my base. Oh, I broke the wrong one. So if you come down here, it said go if you dare. And this is, you know, you got your mossy stone, and then you have the Hall of 1,000 Torches, which isn't really 1,000. And then you'd come in here to my room. And in this room, there's nothing, as it's all been removed. Ooh, still got a fair bit of resources in here. But yeah, that's about it for this house. And then there's just a giant hole. Now over here was a top secret little fort my friend had. You see, back in the day, you would open up a chest, and that's how you duplicate stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, you'd have to have a full stack of 64, and you would place it really fast, and then something at the last second, you would move it to your inventory, and then it would duplicate it. And that's how you duplicated diamonds back in the day. Obviously, it doesn't work anymore, but if I really tried on 1.61, I could probably get it. But yeah, this is where we would do it, hidden out of sight. I almost forgot about this little building here. This building is where we would place Spleef. Now, it was never finished because, like I said earlier, when new updates would come out, you'd have to make a whole new world. Basically, what Spleef is, you get a shovel, punch out the blocks of snow. Wow. Push out the blocks of snow with a shovel until you're the last person standing, and there other people would fall down on ice. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, to see the continuation of this world. So this is the Nether. Back in the day, there weren't no Nether fortresses, so I had to reset the world, and it's still it was the exact same layout, just with a bunch of Nether wart and a fortress. Obviously, that's all been planted. So over here would be the original base. Actually, this was the original portal, and then I don't know what happened, and then that one got lit. So I decided to make a little Nether railway. Obviously, it wasn't finished. I have no idea where that leads, but I'm not going to go through it. So then when we come down here, we make it to our whole new area. And that, if I believe, it goes down to the end portal, which all these portals got screwed up the more the Xbox One version got updated for some reason. So I decided to kind of make a little Nether hub in here, but, you know, obviously never finished. That's what sucks. Like, I can never play a world long enough to finish it, because I'd go through phases with this game. So now I'm going to go through this portal, and it's not even going to take me to the portal of my base. It's going to spawn me in the jungle, which is very heartbreaking. So back in the day, this used to work. Yeah, I thought if I could break those, it would work, but nope. So we got to go over here. So I'm going to do a little quick cut, and here we are. So if the portals would have worked, you would have spawned right here in this little green hill area. Sonic reference. So I made this little hut around the portal. So we're gonna go around and explain what this base is. I built this stuff in random order and actually makes no sense. So over here you have a little pyramid, and inside this pyramid is nothing fancy except that there is an enchantment table. And then here's all your enchanted stuff, books, armor, blah blah blah. Right, so I built this entire pyramid and cleared out a hill just to build an enchantment table, because I wanted my base to be far and spread out. So over here you got your sugar cane, which you know, back in the day there was a good old myth that it grows faster on sugar cane. Obviously it doesn't. You got your melon and pumpkin farm, got your nether wart farm, wheat, carrots, and potato, because that's all we had back in that day. Now somewhere over here, my friend Dan the Man built a tree house. Here it is. The few times he actually played on this world, he told me he built a tree house, and I could not find it for the longest time. And then when I finally did, I was excited. It sucks, because I'm sure a lot of you have played on worlds or servers, or just game with people in general you don't need to talk to anymore. That's life, I guess. Over here, I made this weird thing looking like it's holding back the land for a big old staircase. And this is, at this point in the game, there was different types of trees added, and I wanted to use all the colored woods. You got the acacia trees, I really like them. I have this, I have another staircase here. That netherrack pillar is to see how far this beacon goes. This was the map room, and this is how big worlds were back in the day. This 3x3 grid. So yeah, you can see weird little lines where worlds generated differently across updates. So unfortunately, I can't recreate this entire world again because that'd be really hard. But I can at least recreate the original little section of the map on the PC version. So now we make our way over to the tree farm. And when you see the same patterns here of acacia and birch with this, did I not finish that, or did the creeper blow it up? I don't remember, but I made a big old staircase here for a tree farm. And this was before dark oak and acacia. And then when those were added in, I put these in here. So yeah. So this would be my acacia growing area. So all these used to be jungle. I don't remember how much of this side of the mountain I cleared out to do this. And then I put this here to look like it's holding up the mountain, which looks really bad. And then you come in here, you got your zombie spawner, which is very inefficient and dumb. But, you know, I didn't look at videos back in the day. I just kind of figured stuff out on my own. Now, this is the most interesting piece of equipment on my base. I hated redstone and never liked it. However, I had to do a ticking dispenser to duplicate, you guessed it, resources. Because the world is only so big on these versions. There wasn't a lot of diamonds, so we duplicated everything in the world on this. And this was to create lag, so when I had a friend doing it, it would be more laggy and you get better success duplicating. Now over here is the Ender Fight Monument. For those who gave their life, it's supposed to mean lives, but only CJ died. And then I built another one when we killed it the second time, but it only dropped one egg. So now we're going to go down into the main area of the base. This was the to-do list. This is the entrance hub. I was going to build something under here, but you know it's crazy. So yeah, this is the staircase down. I decided to use quartz. So over here, this place has been scattered. So you'd have your junk chest of, you know, your recently acquired blocks. I wonder if I have an elytra. I have in-city stuff. I don't remember. Maybe on the other version. So yeah, this would just be a bunch of random stuff. BaelKor's chest and stuff. Oh, I missed that guy. There's an elytra. I played with him for years. So over here is the food area, which is really bad looking at it. But I think I just wanted to build something out of clay because it had been recently added. And then over here, I was going to try to do this cool smeltery system. But I kind of quit playing the game, so it never got done. But I was going to make this cool. It used to just be these. But I wanted to make like a cool looking smeltery. And then in here was where we'd have all the potions and whatnot. I don't really think I have a lot of these laying around. They're over here. Here we go. These are all the potions. I never finished it. The top was supposed to be a color, but when you dig underground, that's not that far underground. You kind of run into dirt, and you have to re-terraform the land. And then over here was my bedroom. And then, you probably saw it in there, but it was a little secret switch. So you wouldn't see that if you didn't know it was there. However, man, painting walls, I remember that was the way to do things back in the day. If I just can't get back in it now. Here we go. And then you would open it. And then you'd come on down to the armory. This is the armory we had. So we have your armor, blah, blah, blah. Tools and stuff, just, you know. Oh, and then you can come in here and close it. That's what it was. And then in here was my first and only ever proper storage room. It wasn't automatic because I wasn't that cool back in the day, but I just had everything. I had the majority of the items in the game at the time put here and listed off, so you know. I was organized. It took me forever to clear out this room, put all the chests, and it was uneven because, you know, it's a 4 wide, not 5 wide. You want yourself to be odd in this game apparently, and I didn't know that. So yeah, that is about it for my Minecraft World Tour. This is the first ever world I played on and continued to play on throughout the years as the game was updated and brought it over as many times as I could. Oh, also, to keep it like my other world, I had the lava mountain. So that has been my first ever Minecraft world. It's been very nostalgic going through, checking out my original bases from way back when. Like, going through and doing this this world tour. I like remember what I was listening to, because I listened to a bunch of podcasts. I'm not really big into music anymore, but I like the podcasts I listened to would come back to memory. So if you have a really old Minecraft base that's still around, maybe check it out every now and then if you feel nostalgic. You probably have a lot of downtime these days. And it's been kind of fun going through the old worlds, just remembering good times. And that's all I got today. This has been Agent Active. Signing off.